What it do, you, to today's video? I want to turn over a quick impromptu video. In today's video, I want to finish off on part 3/part 3. This is part 3 of this video series, but it's the part 3 because I had to chop the videos up. You see what I'm saying? So part 1, part 2, and this is the third part of the third part of a series. I know it sounds crazy, right? But anyway, check this shit out. So look, check this shit out, right? So like I was saying, at this point in time, it's 2018, and I'm literally asking my subscribers, for support, telling them my situation and all this shit. And yeah, I was staying from motel to motel, and I stayed at this One Love motel. It's like a cheap rundown motel. It's in Markham slash Harvey. It's kind of like on the borderline of each other. They're so close to each other that they just, you know what I'm saying? You separated by one street. I think it's Pulaski or it's Halsted. But anyway, it's like a rundown motel, and it's right there. Yeah, it's right there by Wasso's. And Wasso's still over there. You know what I'm saying? Where New Walk used to be at, and Submarine Port. I can't remember the name of that street, but anyway, it's in that area where Wasso's used to be at. That's Harvey, if I'm not mistaken. So anyway, I stayed at the motel. Like I said, I turned on the TV. The motel is number 10, Angel number 10. Go do your research on that. And I kept seeing the number 10 that whole day prior to me getting that motel room. I kept seeing the number 10. So I looked up Angel number 10. I can't remember exactly what it means off the top of my head. I would have to actually go back on Google. But it was actually something significant. So it's on that part. Biggie just got out of jail. He meet P. Diddy. They in his mama's basement. They rapping. He just found out he having a daughter and he need to do shows ASAP to get this shit to pop off. P. Diddy like, yeah, you need to trust me. Woo, woo, woo. The next day, same motel. They give me the same exact room, number 10. Turn the TV on. It's the same movie, Notorious B.I.G. And this is the part where he just got out of jail. And he just met P. Diddy, and he just found out he having a daughter, or his daughter was already born. And he rapping and shit like that, like, man, we got to make this shit pop off, woo, woo, woo. And P. Diddy was like, yeah, you got to trust me. So that's obviously a significant sign. And it was just blew my mind. So anyway, a couple days later on Instagram, you know what I'm saying? I just get this message because I was still posting heavily on Instagram. I'm posting music and all this shit. And I get this DM from this weird account, from a weird ass account. And the title of the account, this was my ex girlfriend Marie or whatever, right? Marie Greco. And it said her Instagram name is Chewy. I don't know if she still got the same Instagram, but it's Chewy 10th Dimension, right? Chewy 10th Dimension. And I'm looking like, okay, this profile picture kind of look weird. They ain't really got that many followers. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's why you can't really go off everything off face value. And it's just like, I was about to literally block the account because it looked like some other shit. And then I seen the number 10. And I just said, hold on, didn't I just get that wrong number 10 back to back? And then that Notorious B.I.G. movie was on. So I said, all right, let me talk to this person. So I'm talking to him, and she was like, I found your work randomly on Instagram from the videos you've been posting and stuff like that. So we was talking for a while. She ended up coming to Chicago, and we met downtown Chicago. And we stayed together in Chicago for a whole month at this place called Oak 200. You see what I'm saying? It's a apartment complex with luxury apartments, and we stayed there for a month, and then we went back to Australia together. You see what I'm saying? And when this was happening, my little brother was still alive. This was okay. So she came to Chicago in December. Yeah, that's actually when I got that ID that I just showed in the last episode. I got that ID made around that time, 2018. Say December 5th, 2018, and she came to Chicago in December. And we stayed for a month. Yeah, she was there for my birthday and all that shit. Took me on like a crazy shopping spree and all this shit. My little brother was still alive. You see what I'm saying? And everything was still normal. And then before that, before we actually met in person, this when I was staying at Motel 6, but this was probably like a couple weeks before she came to Chicago. I was at Motel 6 in Harvey, right there by Club O. And right across the street from that is this food place called Maxwell Polishes, Maxwell Hot Dogs. And like, we still talking and shit. So my little brother messaged me. This is my little brother Brian Smith, rest in peace to him. He messaged me and was like, "Hey, I got all these True Religion jeans. I'm trying to get rid of them. I'm trying to sell them." But he was like, "I know you need clothes and shit like that." Because this time I wasn't on yet until, you know what I'm saying? I wasn't on yet until I met Marie and she helped me get the $1 million deal or whatever, right? So I still was basically like struggling and shit like that. And I had some money and shit. She was helping me out. That's how I was paying for the motel. And my little brother was like, "I got all these True Religion jeans. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to give them away. I'm trying to sell them." He was like, "I'd rather give them to you. You know what I'm saying? Because I know you like True Religion and you need the clothes and shit." So I was like, "I bet." But he was trying to like charge me like a certain price for each jean, like $50 per jean. And I was like, "Hell no. How about this? How about I just give you $300 for all the jeans and we just call it even?" He was like, "Okay, cool." He was happy as hell. So that's the, you know what I'm saying? So that's the last situation that we had. We actually spoke in person. We laughing and smiling. I'm giving him $300. He giving me all these True Religion jeans that was actually real. You see what I'm saying? So it's like, come on, bro. Like, why would the fuck I set my little brother up? Like, come on, bro. Like, and that's my mom was in the car. She the one who drove him there. So she's saying that we had a connection instead of us fighting and trying to kill each other and go against each other. We actually had a connection. They didn't want that. That's obviously, from me going back in my DNA, i.e., traveling back in time through memory to see all the suspicious activity and the behavior. So a couple weeks later, um, you know what I'm saying? Marie ended up coming to Chicago. We meet downtown. We stay together in a luxury apartment for a whole month and shit like that, right? This is at this place called the Oak 200, luxury apartments in Chicago, downtown Chicago. You feel me? And she was just like, basically like congratulating me on my work. I had just hit 10,000 subscribers on YouTube. This was on my main channel, the one I lost dealing with the girl Nora Gill, the one from Simi Valley. And I didn't see it at the time. Like, okay, maybe this could be a setup. But I'm like, how would it be a setup when this shit just randomly happened? It just randomly happened by circumstance because of the content that I was posting on Instagram. You know what I'm saying? And then all of a sudden, a couple months later, when we up in Australia, we in Brisbane, Queensland, and my mom, she called me and stuff like that. Your brother just passed away, da 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 da. But the story that I got, it just sound right. You know what I'm saying? Oh, he passed away from cardiac arrest and all this type of shit, and it just didn't sound right. And it's just like I wasn't really thinking about it at the time because I couldn't see it because all the stuff that was happening. That's why I'm starting to question it now. Maybe these people could have been sent as a distraction to get me all the way to Australia. So, like I said in the last episode, so when I did find out this information, I couldn't be able to do nothing. That's why they want me in jail so bad or dead so bad, because when this information come out, if you in jail, yeah, you found out the information, but ain't shit you can do about it. You see what I'm saying? But you see how I'm out and I'm free and I'm doing what I'm doing in a positive way. People don't like that. I have too much influence. You see what I'm saying? Too much power. I wasn't supposed to get to this level. You see what I'm saying? But I got to this level anyway because I earned it. You see what I'm saying? I kicked the door down. Front door, nigga. Fuck that back door shit. You know what I'm saying? And I'm starting to think about it and question it. I think about all this information. Okay, my little brother passed away in 2019. And my mom she's calling us saying she needs the money for the funeral. She needs the money for the funeral. You said they trying to block out what I'm saying. She needs the money to help pay for my little brother's funeral. And me and Marie, we look at each other and we started crying. You know what I'm saying? Because I wasn't expecting that at all. And she was like, "You know what? I'm gonna send your mom the money for the funeral." You know what I'm saying? And boom, I said, "Okay, cool. Just send her like $5,000 or something like that." I wasn't thinking about it at the time that maybe she could have pocketed that money. I wasn't thinking about it at the time. But now with all this information coming out, when I put it all together, it's just so happened to be random. Okay, my little brother passed away. It's on my mom's side, 2019, and then I was in Australia from 2019 to 2021, right? So my grandma passed away at 2021 around May, April, or something like that. I'm all the way in Australia. It's nothing I can even do about it because I was on a Class A visa, and when you're on a Class A visa, that's basically an investigation visa. It's a relationship visa, but you're under investigation by the Australian government because they want to see if you're actually a legitimate person. So you cannot travel back to your home country, or you cannot travel to any other countries or even other parts of Australia, like until the investigation is up. So I couldn't go to my little brother's funeral. I couldn't go to my grandma's funeral, and I couldn't go to my other little brother Marcus' funeral. And this all happened simultaneously, 2 years within each other. And then also King Von, he gets murdered in 2020. Mo 3 gets murdered in 2020. Juice World dies in 2020. Kobe dies in 2020. And I made videos on each person's death, a blood sacrifice video, not an actual making fun video, but a blood sacrifice video, basically spreading awareness of what I think that happened with the situation. And I didn't see this type of information at this time. FBG Duck got killed at this time. Pop Smoke died, got killed in 2020, and PNB Rock got killed 2022, and Takeoff and all that stuff. I know it's not on the same timeline, but all this stuff connects back. Is because look, they targeted all the people that actually who really knew me, and I'm not talking about the celebrities. Let me explain. Who actually really knew me, and they could vouch for me. And like my grandma, she always speak highly of me and shit like that. Obviously, she a Scorpio, so she gonna talk shit a little bit, but she speaks highly of me. My little brother Brian, he spoke highly of me. My other brother Marcus, he spoke highly of me because he was getting famous on YouTube. He was inspired by what I do on YouTube. And you know what I'm saying? We think that played a part in jealousy of why they killed him. You see what I'm saying? And all this happened while I was in Australia. I didn't even know this was happening until my grandma passed away. And then my dad messaged me and said, your grandma just passed away. And then also, we just got information that your little brother was murdered. You see what I'm saying? So all this shit is happening simultaneously at the same time. I couldn't see it because there's so much different shit going on. You see? And I personally think that they sent these people, and when I say they, I mean my mom, my sister, and all these people. I think they sent these people. It's all connected. You see what I'm saying? It's all in connection to each other because all of a sudden, my visa, I get a message, an email from the Australian government, and they said, "Hey, you got 38 days before your visa expires. You got 38 days to leave the country." So I end up meeting this other girl, Nora Gill. She's from Simi Valley. I just so happened to just message me around the time my grandma passed away. I hope you pay for your plane ticket to come to California. It don't even make sense, bro. It didn't make sense at the time, but there's so much shit going on. You know what I'm saying? They know, like, okay, yeah, this is the perfect time to get them. But now when I sit back and actually reflect on all these things, all this shit is all connected. All these people are all connected in this one scheme. It's been a big simulation or a body brokering scheme that they tried to pass as a simulation. And they keep sending other people different faces so you won't really see who's behind it. That's what I personally think. You see what I'm saying? And all this shit is just suspicious that all this stuff is still so having to happen. The gang stalking and all this shit, motherfuckers trying to ruin my career and all that. And they're mad because I survived and I did it the right way. So this is what I personally think, man. All this shit is connected. That's why I'm starting to question the whole Australia trip because it's like, if you really think about it, my brother passed away when I was in Australia. When you all the way all across the world, you can't do shit about it. Think about it. Wake the damn up. More videos coming soon.